Hi everybody, Ken from Oz here, and thank you for watching my video. Well, as promised, I'm just going to do a quick look at my May 2014 setup, and this is my personal Filofax. It's an A5 Guildford zip, and it's not available very easily to get binder, but I purchased this as in a used condition, although it's reasonably good condition. And so let's have a look at it. So I'm going to start with the outside, of course. It's a zip. It's 30mm rings, and the zip has a Filofax tag like so. Normal zip action, which I'll open in a minute. It's made of a very, very black, soft leather. It's a deluxe leather. It has a very large and deep pocket on the inside for slipping things in, and of course, something like really nice embossed Filofax right there on the, just to sort of distinguish that from, you know, that it is a Filofax there. Now you can see in the glare that there's got a couple of little scratches there. Then because this is black, under the glare of the lights you can see, you know, every blemish, but unless you're really looking at it carefully, the dark color holds it really well, and you can see it's quite soft. It's firm, very firm, but it's also very, very soft as well. Now it's not molten squishy, but it's got a very soft feel to it, probably something close to the Cavendish, but I've learned over the years that each Filofax and the treated leather that they use has a real feel of its own. So what I can say, it's very smooth and very soft. There's quite a very strong support in the spine. You can see they've got the Filofax embossed logo. Yep, there we go. And then the back, just a plain back with nothing, no distinguished marks except for this seam there. So zip on the front. Let me just move it slightly, and that's the cover. So the Guildford zip. Let me open it up, and we'll have a look. And on the inside, I've really just transferred this over from my A5 Balmoral. So the setup is you know, very similar, so I won't highlight too many things. I'm just going to show you very basic parts. I've got a large pen loop there. Of course, the zipper section that encloses it does flare quite well, which is good, so you don't have to sort of push it out of the way a lot. You've got a central credit card pockets here with about 6 credit cards, and then quite a large one in here, so I actually holds, this is a book of stamps which I put in, so it's quite deep. If I needed to, I have put my iPhone 5 in there, and it does sit well. It does, you know, it's a bit bulky, but it works. And then on this side we've got a large pocket. It's quite stiff, but it goes quite deep. A second one on this side, which is a bit more shallow, so I've got a couple of Coletto refills in there, but it goes in quite a bit of way. And then behind that, another zipper compartment, which is reasonably deep as well. Now these are quite flat, but I guess in time they will loosen up a little bit. We've got a bit of a ridge here, which I guess is the strengthening support. Silver rings, 30mm. Ring mechanism. The zip mechanism is out of the way, so it doesn't interfere with that action. And of course you open it up, and then I'll just close it again. My inserts, now you may have already guessed that I've streamlined things a little bit, and I haven't fully set this up the way I like it yet, but I've just sort of thrown in the essentials, and I've taken a lot out, because what I'm really wanting to do is just have what works. I don't find it really fantastic to be carrying things. If I haven't used them in a couple of months, they go. I'll put them somewhere. If I need them, I know where they are. But carrying them around, it adds to the weight. And one of the reasons I moved from the Balmoral to this one was that the weight of the Balmoral, lovely binder, but it weighed nearly 1 kilogram on its own without any inserts. So you're carrying a lot of stuff in this. So streamlining, minimal works for me, but I also want it to look good, but I also do want it to be just what I need. So that's basically it. Not too many different surprises with my inserts, and of course just the basic ones which I've had for a while. Notes that I take, timetables. This is the calendar. I have changed this a little bit, and you'll be surprised to see that I've actually gone from a month on 2 pages to a month per page, because I really wasn't writing on the whole line that went right across. So just to save paper, and it just has halved the depth and width and mass of the calendar. And so yep, so that's the calendar there. I've just redone this, so it's still a few things that I haven't filled in yet, but yeah, essentially it's the same calendar that I designed, and I've printed these up myself. And so that's May at the moment, so it looks very skeletal. There's quite a lot more I haven't transferred over, which I'll probably do on the weekend. So I have a little tag there, so that just holds, so I can quickly flick over to where the page is. This is May, this is June. After that, we've got FILOFAX inserts, and I won't really need to go through that too much. What I have done is I have divided my week. That's the note section, that's the weekend section, that's a bit of washi tape. And then what I really am working with now is an incorporation of bullet journaling and my own sort of design. So this is sort of last week, and you can see the bullet journaling, and I'll probably do a video on this. I don't want to spend a lot of time in it. What I am happy with is I'm actually printing my own my checkpoints here, and then my times and checkpoints here. So this is my diary schedule, this is my to-do list, and there's checkpoints here, so if I run out of room here, I can still fill them in here as well. So it's got a dual action there. I've also tried to avoid all the bright coloured post-it notes, and I'm sort of now to browns and whites and greys. That's the style that suits me, and I think the black and white look is more my style as well. What I have been toying around with, as you can see, is I've been printing these, and this is how these checkboxes go. Printing these directly onto the FILOFAX calendar diary inserts. So as you can see, I haven't done it all year, so the plain week on 2 pages from FILOFAX. What I do is I do white out the calendar. This is just useless. I never ever use it, so I white it out, so you can see here that's been whited out. You can hardly even see it's there, and then I print on these pages, and just a few little discrete, and I'm basically like the steampunk Victoriana design. It just suits the black and white theme, and then these keys, and I've just been experimenting with different shapes. This is washi tape, and this is printed lines and keys. So I have a look on, did the keys again the following week, and this is printed on. Now it is a bit tricky. You've got to sort of line it up and make sure your printer's working well, and you know, I'm changing things, but I do like the little, you know, designs that seem to work better because it doesn't take up room. So these 2 corners and up the top here seem to be working at the best places. So this is this week, and then of course I haven't started next week, so I'm sort of experimenting with that. So after that, of course, just the rest of the year diary, which is there. Because I've got a lot more room, I have put the whole year in. You know, some people only keep a couple of months at a time because of the cut down the bulk. I find that I've probably got enough room now to keep the whole lot in, and I do like to refer to it. After that, I've got a pen holder which I bought, and this was a cheap sort of a imitation FILOFAX part of their range from Australia's Officeworks. I think it's a Burroughs brand. I just cut down the edge and then washi taped it and stuck some holes, because they have a whole range of holes, not the 6 holes. And this keeps the pen from the side, and I'll talk about the pen in a second, but that's my pen holder there. Oh, and I didn't mention, but of course I've got my page turner, and I've got a video on that, so just check out my channel and you'll see my page turner, which basically, if I'm opening my FILOFAX, I reach for it, open it, and it gives me the spread without having the ruler down the center, which is what I wanted. So that's been working great. My video shows you how to make these yourself, and I use it and I love it, so I recommend it. So have a look at it. It's on my channel, you'll be able to see it, and I'll try and remember to post the link down on this video as well. After that, I have my information addresses, mostly phone numbers of course, which I've printed up, and that's a work in progress, and I've added a little steampunk design Victoriana there. After that is my finance section, receipt, pocket, envelope. Again, there's a video on that, which I write for tax. Brilliant, it works really well, saves me so much time. And then big bills I just write down, and this is keeping an eye on things as well. And then it's just a couple of loose sheets of paper at the back. I do have a ruler in case I need it, and there's a flap at the back, and I think I keep birthday cards in to write. I think that's called a secretarial pocket or a flap. And then the pen loop on the side. Now, let me talk about the pen loop very, very quickly. So just close that up a bit. Let's close it to there. The pen loop that I'm using, and I'm finding I like the very fine 0.4, 0.5 gel pen. I've been basically, still looking for the great pens I use, and this is what I'm using at the moment. The Pilot High-Tech Coletto. I mean, they're very, very popular, and you can get all the refills and a whole range of different ones. I just have black, pencil, and red. I don't have many other colors, and I might be going into a 4 cartridge one with an eraser, which I found. So there's a pencil eraser for that, and it fits quite well. They're leather loops. They're a bit snug, but it does work there. But the reason I'm not using them is actually because of the Coletto. And if you can have a look here a bit closer, if you've never seen these before, they've got these little mechanisms here that you pull down and click the cartridge into place, like so. Let's bring it up a bit more. So you click. But what I've been finding is that these do mark the leather here with the pen loop, just above there. And if I'm very busy and taking it in and out of the time, there's actually, I found a lot of scratches occurring. So I really didn't like that, because I liked the pen, but I just didn't want the FILOFAX to be ripped up and worn out just in one singular place. And then this pen loop sheet, which is also acts as a divider, and it's made of just plastic, but what it does is it keeps the Coletto pen suspended above with the pages, so it actually doesn't sit on the leather at all, the inside lining, when I close the binder. So this is working at the moment. I'm not too happy that I have to do that, but I really don't want the Coletto pen to scratch this, and it does work. And as you can see, it sits there quite nicely, and it's easy to pull in and out. And that's my setup. So it's a big change from the Balmoral. Do I miss the big long pocket? Not really. I think the idea was great, but once I actually had the Balmoral with the large, I'm talking about the large page, you could fit an A4 page pocket. it was a full-length pocket, but I only used it maybe 3 times in the last 6 months, and really it wasn't worth holding on to the Balmoral just to have that pocket when it was very, very heavy and very stiff, and this is working for me. So I might sound a bit fickle, but it's really a journey, and this is it works. It looks good. It feels good. It's the dark black and white colors, especially the black leather, works for me. But it has a great, very mild leather smell for this soft. I think it might be calf leather. I'm not sure. It's deluxe leather anyway. But that's my setup for May 2014. It will change. I'm no doubt about that. I'm really happy though that, I mean, I've got a storage pocket on the outside, and that works for me. I've got a little piece of, I think there's a bill there, and I can quickly shove that in. But I mentioned in my other video, and I'm just going to mention it here, one of the biggest reasons that this binder attracted me and I decided to go with it was the zip action. Now, the clip I used, and I didn't mind it, but that process at the end of the day where you just close it up and it's totally sealed, and that is the end of the day. I don't look at it. There's no temptation to open it up. It's like a closure for my day, and that really does work for me. So the zip, the leather, the size, it's not as bulky. It's squishy. It's good to hold, and the A5 Guildford, my setup for May 2014. So who knows where it'll lead from here, but that's a little bit of what I wanted to share with you today. So thank you for watching this video. Appreciate all your support. Thank you for all the comments, and for the people subscribing, and for just everyone out there who just enjoys FILOFAXes as much as me. A really big thumbs up, and thank you for just watching, and keep watching and subscribing, because without you, I don't know if I'd make these videos, but with your support and the comments and encouragement, I've got plenty more to do. So stay tuned for another video, and I'll say thanks for watching, and Ken from Oz saying I'll see you at another FILOFAX video.